The November 17th, 2014 meeting of the Intergovernmental Relations Committee will now come to order. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Mr. Daniele? Mr. Lightfoot? Chairman Marinetti?
Here.
Mr. Morelli? Ms. Taylor?
Is there anyone signed up for the public forum?
There is not.
Is there anyone present who has not signed up to speak who would like to address the committee at this time? Seeing nobody, next item on the agenda is the approval of minutes. You have the October 22nd, 2014 minutes before you. They will stand approved unless the clerk is notified of any changes by the end of the day. Next item on the agenda is new business. Mr. Clerk?
Referral 14-332, acceptance of
Moved by Legislator Taylor, seconded by Legislator Daniele. Is there any discussion? Yes, Legislator Lightfoot.
I'm just trying to understand this. With this referral, as I was reading over it the other night, I realized that possibly we don't, and we're not necessarily included in the budget. We don't have a budget line item, especially without the presentation. So that kind of confirms it. But I have a question because of the grant that we received for $650,000, Mr. Chairman. There are some bullet items here that are going out to different departments, agencies, or wherever they are, and they don't add up to $650,000 grant. They add up to more than that. And so I just had a question about that, if I'm not yeah. So through you, Mr. Chairman, can this administration help me to understand how the $650,000 grant, we are accepting it, but however, we are giving out more than those dollars?
Through the chair, we're certainly not providing funding to other agencies beyond what we're receiving from the Department of Justice, but we're double checking. It's because of your question. Through the chair, I think what you're not seeing is the portion that remains is the portion that would be applied to the Office of Probation. We manage the grant, and we will be giving out this $400,000 or $500,000 to other agencies, to the City of Rochester, to the District Attorney's Office, and what's probably not listed is the dollar amount that is retained by the Office of Probation to pay for one probation officer for 3 years.
Okay, so that would be a budget item. That would be in your regular budget. If you, if you're through you, Mr. Chair, if we believe that we're paying for one employee through probation amongst that's carrying over. That sounds like to me that would be a budget item, right? An employee would be under the public safety budget.
Through the chair, that'd be accurate, and that's why in the specific legislative actions required, it lists that we're only amending the 2014 operating budget for the Department of Public Safety, Office of Probation.
Oh, Okay, I see what you're saying, through you, Mr. Chair. So here, as item number 2, or maybe even one of the bullets, but here in item number 2, the Department of Public Safety is receiving a sum of $569,498 into your funds. Is that what you're referring to as a employee probation officer for one officer for 3 years?
Through the chair, that's correct. And the balance, 141,000, is retained by the Office of Probation.
Okay, so I'm sorry, I'm not trying to give you a hard time. Not you, Mr. Burns. However, I'm still, so the other items, 3, 4, 5, and 6, where do those items come from? I mean, are they coming out of this grant of $650,000 as well? I mean, that's what I'm getting at.
Point of order, Mr. Chair.
Yes, Mr. President.
This referral that we have before us went to 3 committees, is going to 3 committees. The lead committee was Public Safety. Public Safety was where we discussed and debated about the amount of money, and all of that. This is intergovernment, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so we are debating the points of this as it pertains to an intermunicipal agreement with another government. Would that be correct?
That is correct, Mr. President.
Then I'd see that I believe that this is out of line, this question at this time.
Legislator Lightfoot, do you have a response to that?
Yeah, if you want me to give you one. I mean, right here, it clearly states in number 1 that the grant is for $650,000.
Rule on the point of order, please.
Mr. Chairman, we're allowed to ask questions, are we not?
Rule, yes, you are, on the intermunicipal agreement. Rule on that.
Yes,
Okay,
I'm
that's
trying.
why
I'm
asking
trying.
for just the response. to
I'm
the
trying.
point of
I'm
order.
right. I'm trying. I'm right now. I'm telling it to you right now. Okay. So the grant, the referral is for the receiver grant for $650,000. Correct.
Point of
However-
order, I still haven't heard a ruling yet.
Yes.
However.
Point of order, I still have not heard a ruling.
He asked me for a
I
response.
was asking for a response just to the point of order.
Right.
So just a brief response on that.
No, I'd like from the chair, please.
All right, I'm going to limit the questioning from this point forward to the actual agreement, the intermunicipal agreement that we're entering into.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Any further discussion?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Legislator.
So it doesn't have to necessarily be about that. It's just that the grant is for $650,000, and I seem like the items that are listed here add up to more than that.
Point of order.
Yes, Mr. President.
My point of order is that this committee is charged with looking at this as an intermunicipal agreement. Public Safety looked at it from the monetary side of it. I'd like a ruling on that.
Yes, that is correct. We are
Thank
going
you.
to limit the questions to the intermunicipal agreement. Is there any further discussion?
What was the ruling then? Was that, could you
Yes, that
clarify?
we're going to move along from that question.
I would like to appeal the ruling of the chair.
Second.
Okay, we'll move to a roll call vote.
Yes sustains the ruling of the chair. Mr. Daniele? Mr. Lightfoot?
No.
Chairman Marinetti?
Yes.
Mr. Morelli?
No.
Ms. Taylor? 3-2. Ruling of the chair is sustained.
Any further discussion?
Mr. Chair, I just want to bring up the point, too, also. Normally, we only go to two committees with a referral, okay? Sometimes we go to 3. We use 3 sometimes because we've used it historically, and we use 3 sometimes because they get a little bit, there's a little bit more intricacy to it than just 2. This one has 2 different times that this was going to go towards anything that's monetary, will be Ways and Means and Public Safety. There's still another shot at looking at this. So if my colleagues are upset that they can't talk about the monetary part of it, Ways and Means will have that choice to do that at that time. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Mr. President. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Any opposed? No. Just for a roll call vote, please.
Mr. Daniele? Mr. Lightfoot? No. Chairman Marinetti?
Yes.
Mr. Morelli? Ms. Taylor? 4-1, motion passes.
Next item.
Referral 14-337, acceptance of a
Moved
grant.
by legislator Daniele, seconded by legislator Taylor. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Opposed? Item carries. Next item.
Referral 14-338,
Moved by legislator Taylor, seconded by legislator Daniele. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Opposed? Item carries. Next item.
referral 14-339, authorize an intermunicipal agreement with the city of
Moved by
Rochester.
legislator Daniele, seconded by legislator Taylor. Any discussion? Yes, legislator Morelli.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Just to clarify, this is for work being done in Durand Eastman Park. Is that correct? Through you to the administration.
Through the chair, on Cross Lakeshore Boulevard, which encompasses, the park encompasses part of Lakeshore, yes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Opposed? Item carries. Next item.
Referral 14-355, authorize.
Moved by legislator Taylor, seconded by legislator Daniele. Any discussion? Yes, legislator Lightfoot.
Yes, through you, Mr. Chairman. How many towns and villages are participating in this agreement?
Through the chair, Michelle Verts with Environmental Services, there are 29 members.
Okay, thank you for that. And through you, Mr. Chair, to the administration, what services will the storm management program provide for these 29 towns and villages?
Through the chair, the coalition will provide permit support and annual report preparation.
Thank you.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Item carries. Next item.
Referral 14-370, authorize an
Moved by
intermunicipal.
legislator Daniele, seconded by legislator Taylor. Any discussion? Yes, legislator Morelli.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Through you to the administration, can you tell us on average how many people are arraigned throughout the course of the year?
Through the chair, we'll have to get that information for you. I don't have it right
Is
now.
that something we can have in writing?
Sure.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Opposed? Item carries. Are there any other matters to come before this committee? Seeing none, there being no other matters, the November 17th, 2014 meeting of the Intergovernmental Relations Committee stands adjourned. Next meeting of the Intergovernmental Relations Committee is scheduled for December 15th, 2014.